Hey there, YouTube. You can see it's pretty frosty on the windshield of the truck there, but we've got 25 degrees. Beginning mileage 23612. 23612. Well, as you can see, we're on a different bike this morning. We're not on the CRF 230. This is my 650 GS. I've had it for about 3 years, 3.5. I just barely mounted on the TKC 80 tires. I took them for a little test run last night. Put up a little short video on that. This is a nice bike. Only one thing I don't like about it, and that's the seat. I've been fighting this seat ever since I owned the bike. It came with the low seat, and it just like slams me directly against the tank. And main problem with that is that my left knee I injured quite a few years ago. One time loading some cows, got caught in the loading ramp, got drug up the chute and wrenched my knee. And so anyway, when it's in that, if it's bent too far, then you get a little bit of discomfort. So I actually bought a aftermarket seat, a Corbin, and anyway, that was put me up a little higher and a little back, but it's got it so wide, it's like sitting on a great big wide bench, and it causes my legs to go to sleep, cuts off the circulation. So I actually took the low seat into a shop that does motorcycle seats, and I had him build it up 2 inches, and he done a beautiful job, man. It's pretty, but it's just not quite enough because I still slide forward. And so I've got two options. I'm either going to have to take it back and have him build it up some more, or else I could take the Corbin seat and take the cover off and shave the sides of that a little bit, and that may be what I do, because the Corbin seat has a really nice cover. It's leather, and this the low seat actually fits my son Chris very well, because he has legs that are just a little shorter than mine. So maybe I'll mess around with the Corbin seat first, because it's no good the way it is. It's just like a big old square bus seat, like a school bus seat, So we're gonna go for a little ride around this morning, then get my chores done and stuff, and then I was able to go out and visit with my friend Mike last night. Has the Sportster, and he's all tickled to go for a cruiser ride. So I'm going to meet up with him and maybe a couple of more guys around noon, and we're going to go cruising with the cruisers. So yeah, the GS 650 GS is much nicer than the CRF 230 for cruising, for going down the road. You know, but the CRF is better than the GS for going off the road out in the snow or whatever. So it's just a bit of a trade-off. Whatever you most like to do, then that's the bike you need to get. So I think we're gonna cruise south here. There's a little town like, I think it's 11 miles south of here, and we're gonna go at least that far. The roads are all good. We actually cross over what they call the ridge, and it's, you know, it's nothing really. It's just a wide open area there, but it's the like boundary between two water drainages. So all the water here that comes out of the mountains, it goes north into Utah Lake, and then finally into the Great Salt Lake. And all the water on the south side of that ridge goes south and into the Sevier river drainage, and then that goes out into west Utah, out in the desert there to an old dry river bottom. All the water along the way is used for irrigation, so there's no water that reaches there, only in the flood years, like back in 82 and 3, when we had you know, really high flooding. Back then, in fact, it flooded, it raised the level of the Great Salt Lake so high that they placed some big pumps around there. They had great big old giant Waukesha engines, natural gas engines, pumping that water like about 50 miles out into the desert and then just dumping it. You know, that was quite an expense. The government at work again. But anyway, we'll just cruise along here a bit, and maybe when get out there, I'll take a look. I'll show you. Well, YouTubers, here we are. We're about 17 miles south of town. You can see there's in the distance there's our Mount Nebo, but we rode through about a 6 or 7 mile cloud of fog right out on the ground. We've got an inversion here that's holding that cold air right against the ground. My helmet, as you can see, was icing over. Look at that. And I'd keep like scraping it with the wiper on the gloves. Hard to see, man. Anyway, we're gonna head back, but I think we'll hop up on the freeway. The freeway goes up along the foothills, higher elevation, and it's you know, above that fog layer, and so we won't have to ride through that again. Anyway, we'll catch you when we get back closer to town there. Well, here I am up on the freeway. I'm almost back to town, which is up there by, if you can see that big smokestack, that's the south end of town. And we went across that ridge, and now look back this way at that haze, that cloud. Just that cloud's right on the ground there, and we had to go through that fog there for probably 6 or 7 miles. Couldn't see in front of you at all, and which wasn't the worst. The worst thing, the visor or the face shield would build up with frost, ice, and I'd have to just constantly scrape it just like a windshield wiper to be able to see. So that's why we're going back on the freeway. Anyway, we're heading back that way. We're almost back. Well, we'll see what the TKCs will do on the snow. This is really drifted hard frozen snow. It was originally about a foot of it, then it settled down. I guess I better not. Be doing too much commentary. I'll just do riding and you can watch. Well, it'll definitely bust through some stuff. I could get just a little more speed, it'd go better, but then I'm hesitant to have too much speed, because then if you do crash, the more speed you have, then the harder the crash. So there's no way I could have gone through this with the other tires, you know. I think I forget what I had on here. Avon Distancias and some Metzlers on the front, I think. But yeah, this is a lot more fun. I'm beginning to think, you know, why should you have, I mean, of course, you're free to do anything you want. It's your bike, but why should you have a dual sport adventure bike and then have street tires on you? So I just brought these up the freeway. You know, it's like 17 miles down there to that exit where I got on the freeway, and I was cruising 80 miles an hour, smooth as glass. So I'm thinking this is probably the perfect tire for this bike. Anyway, we'll catch you back at the house. Ending mileage 23656. 23656. Dr. Dual Sport out.